Hey y'all, I'm back. Yes, Mr. Chalaki is back. I got my Fangy by Angela Oakley from Real Size of Atlanta. I'm just kidding. I got this off TikTok. How much Angie charging for her fans? Probably about $55 for a fan with some throw glitter on it, some Elmer's glue. Child, please. But we're back with the Braxtons. Them sisters. Let's get into it. Child, this season is gonna be interesting. Um, it's so much to say. Um, but I just, where do I even want to start, child? I don't even. Okay, so I meant to talk about the clip this went viral of Tony, Tamar, Trina, Tawanda sitting at a table. They're talking, and Tamar starts to talk about how the sister sent her a cease and desist once they found out, they allegedly sent her a cease and desist once they found out that Ashley was going to be on her show. Ashley is their niece by their brother, Michael Jr., the oldest child of Michael. Michael also had a younger daughter, Ashley's sister, who was by the same woman who passed away. Ashley, there's Michael also has two sons by his second wife, a white lady, and yeah, we saw them last season when they were meeting up with Tracy's son at family dinner or whatever. Ashley has talked about her trauma. She's talked about, I've reviewed Ashley's interviews, and this whole thing started from TikTok when Ashley decided to go on TikTok and share her story about how one of her aunts don't talk to her. And we found out that aunt was allegedly Trina Braxton, and it was a whole situation that happened between Trina Braxton and Gabe Solis, who sadly passed from cancer a couple of years ago, where he was sending an inappropriate text message to her when she was a 16-year-old girl. Now Ashley is grown, and yeah, so apparently this aunt no longer talks to her. And since then, Tamar has decided to reach out to her niece and invite their niece, on the podcast, right? So that was the whole thing, but of the clip that was going around the internet. But I'm sure we're not going to see that until the last episode. I saw an interview recently with Trina. She says that the Braxtons are just a different thing than Braxton Family Values, how we all met these ladies years and years ago. As well with Tracy. Rest in peace to Tracy Braxton. And she says now we have 8 episodes instead of 20-something episodes on Braxton Family Values. And it's just a different thing. Different people run it. And yeah, I'm sure they're all getting paid more. And it's a better situation for them. Because otherwise they wouldn't have came back. Because y'all know the whole strike that happened, and at one point they were against Tracy because Tracy wanted to continue to film when they all collectively decided not to film. It's just been a lot. We have seen so much from the Braxtons throughout these years. Sadly, I don't think this family is ever going to be the same as it once was. But honestly, I think they've been fractured since childhood, to be honest. Like most families are, most people are, and families are. As black folk, in particular, we don't talk about a lot of things. We sweep things under the rug. We don't want to let a lot of things out in the public because we're fear of being judged by strangers, which is the craziest thing because it's all kind of mess going on in the house. What you worried about what somebody who don't know anything about you, says, like, it's like fix the household, fix the actual people that you actually care about. Because you don't care about the people that's out there saying whatever, But that's easier said than done, It's tough. It's tough, and we saw it. Apparently, allegedly, according to the clip, Tamar was sent a cease and desist. I guess the sister's name was on it. Trina said that her name was not on it. And she said she called out Tony, Tamar. She said that Tony that you said that Ashley should be a part of the show. Tony denied it, said that she should be on her podcast because her podcast is the Chitlin Circuit. And she said no, she should be a part of the Braxton show. Basically, Tony was doing a bunch of deflecting. Tamar is about as crazy as a Bet's bug, but I believe her in this instant. Y'all know I've read Tamar many times. This whole recent thing with Funky Dineva and the whole thing. I'm gonna let that go because, what else am I gonna do, child? It is what it is. They all got something going on with them, and the two people that hide it the best is Tawanda and Tony. But I think finally their egg is gonna be cracked. Tony's Shady Boots. She's a Libra. I'm a Libra. We're Shady Boots. Tony purposely have not been around for certain things. She purposely excludes herself from the sisters from years because she don't want to be associated with certain things. But I do think that Tony has an opinion, a very strong opinion behind the scenes. But I think that she's protected because she's Toni Braxton and because she is the leader of the family, especially financially. And she has been since 1993, so when she premiered. So it's just a lot with the Braxtons. And it's unfortunate that every family has traumas and issues, but it's unfortunate that we see the negative stuff more than the positive stuff. And I don't think there's a lot of positive stuff going on when the cameras are not on, to be honest. It just don't seem like it. I just don't get a unit from them. I think this sister talked to this sister. This sister talked to that sister. And it's separated, sadly. In my opinion. What do I know? You don't know nothing. You're right. So let's just continue with what went on the first episode. Tamar met up with Ashley. Ashley's beautiful. Ashley looks so much like Tawanda. Ashley stays in Spain, I believe. And she's just basically talking to her about the podcast and how she just wanted Ashley to know that she got somebody on her side. I can appreciate that from Tamar, and it's good that Ashley has a family member that's on her side because according to Ashley, her dad have sent her a cease and desist saying don't talk about me, and she has no relationship with her siblings at all. And her mom actually disowned her and her sister, and she went on and to have more kids and have a whole nother life. So I just want to know the mom's story. Like, that's just crazy. Ashley has been through hell and back. And what a beautiful and level-headed woman she is for all she done been through. I know the sister passed, Lola. It's funny that Ashley favors Tawanda and Lauren Braxton favors Tracy. Favored Tracy. And that's so sad. Both of them are passed now. But anyway, they put out in the public that she had a health condition, a heart condition or something. But Ashley said on an interview years ago that she passed away from alleged drug overdose. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Michael Braxton, the daddy of all this, ain't said nothing. So anyway, what was I saying? I'm going to have to give Tamar a little bit because Tamar, you also did this to spite your sisters a little bit by having and also for ratings and all the things, by having Ashley a part of your podcast and not, letting them know and stuff. You also did this for your own reasons. But I do think obviously you love and care about your niece, so whatever. Toni, she's producing. She wants to produce her own shows and stuff. Good for her. Toni's not going to have much of a storyline as usual, and she's still doing on the tour with Cedric the Entertainer. Cool. What I found interesting is that on the what they were showing on the up and coming clips that she's going to be talking about Angie Stone and how Angie Stone passed, and Toni has her health conditions and stuff. And so she really felt sad about Angie Stone passing, as we all did. We love Angie Stone, one of the queens of neo soul. But I don't understand her personal connection with Angie Stone. And I'm like, Toni, so you're going to make Angie Stone your storyline because you don't want to talk about your own stuff? It's just, whatever. What else is happening, y'all? Let me see. Tawanda, she's acting now. She was in a bad wig. on the set of some movie that she's going to be on. She says it's going to Amazon Prime. I believe it's probably going straight to Tubi. But we'll see. A movie's called Watch It. So we'll see. I have never seen Tawanda act. I saw her on one thing, a clip of it, but okay, good for Tawanda, fine. Trina's still eating, and Tawanda and Trina met up and over to the house, and the scene was cringe. Tawanda made it known that Trina was a victim, and they skated over the whole Ashley thing. Trina said that when you give people a platform, they're going to use it, and she don't want to not acknowledge Ashley's pain, but she was very much so in pain as well. And the conversation just wasn't handled well, and it didn't look good as an auntie, saying that about your niece, it involved your ex-husband, and she pretty much said, well, should nobody speak on Gabe because he can't defend himself. In general, I can agree with that, because the man have passed, and God bless his family, but people do what they do in life. And, if he was here, what is he going to say? Send her a cease and desist? That's all he going to do and deny it? Because who would admit that, So, it's whatever. I'm glad Tamar's back in full effect. She's fun. She had a scene where she was getting injections in her behind. She was talking about the Calling Our Lovers tour, a combined tour that she's doing with singer October London. Calling Our Lovers is my favorite Tamar Braxton album. All the songs. I don't feel like singing right now. But yeah, it was good to see Tamar in that light. What else happened? Tawanda's getting married. Let's see. What else happened in this episode? Not much. And I guess that's it, y'all. After that, we're going to see, next week, we're going to see what Ashley said on the podcast. It was filmed. One thing I don't like, Tamar, if you wanted to have a real sit-down, personal interview thing with your niece, you should have let James go, let the psychic go, and whoever else that was on that stage. And it was in a big public forum. I just didn't like the setup to talk about something so serious that's involving your family members, Tamar. But I understand that's your podcast and that's how it goes. But I just don't understand why everybody else is involved. They can come on when we talk about other stuff. But when it's something so personal to you, your niece, her trauma, a situation that you've dealt with your own self and your trauma, I just felt like it should have been more enclosed and just the cameras and you and her having a conversation. But whatever. So we'll see what it gives, child. The Braxtons are back. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at Skinsmore Instagram and Twitter, at Skinsmore89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, Mr. Chalaki on Cash App, PayPal, Chasey Boy on TikTok, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.